Hey everyone, it is Lizzie Morris MUA. Welcome back. Just a disclaimer. If I look a little like bluish green down here, it's because this hair dye is like coming off on my neck, and there's no point in me wiping it off until my hair is completely dry because it's just gonna keep getting all over my face. And it's really hot, and I just got out of the shower, so my face is really red from just being like super hot. But that's why I look a little weird colored everywhere. But I wanted to make a video talking about, I guess, just like my relationship with my body, my weight, food, exercise, just the whole shebang, okay? So if you guys haven't seen my being obese storytime video, I'll link it somewhere on the screen or in the description below. You guys should go watch that first and then come back to this video, because that basically talks about kind of my life being, always being overweight, always being obese, getting picked on, and kind of like my story of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, up and down like that. And at this point in my life, I am in, I'm back into a gaining weight stage, which was really weird for me because the past over a month, if you guys saw, I did have a chemical pregnancy. You guys can go watch that video as well. I'll link it somewhere. And while that was happening, from the time I got pregnant until maybe like a week ago, I was like very nauseous, couldn't eat much, and I would figure I would have lost weight because I could barely eat anything. I was never hungry, but I still gained 5 pounds. I just don't know how that happens. I think that part of me, obviously a lot of what my weight and health has to do with is my lifestyle and the things I do choose to eat and how I've always ate and things like that. But I also think that there's other underlying issues, but I guess we won't find out unless I go get like completely checked out or whatever and get blood tests and stuff, which I don't know if I'll be doing that anytime soon. But I watch a lot of Trisha Paytas lately. I used to watch her back in the day, and I've been watching her a lot more recently. About like she's trying to lose weight again. She actually did lose a little bit of weight, and her relationship with food. And I always want to make response videos solely to what she says, because I completely understand. Like in one of her most recent videos, she was like, you know, people that don't have like a food, she didn't say addiction, but she's like problems with food and like problems with eating, they won't understand. And like the same way I don't understand someone else's problems, like a lot of people that don't deal with what I've dealt with, they just don't understand. And I don't think people realize how much food is like a big deal to some people. And what Trisha was saying is exactly what I think. She said, even if there's times where I get like nauseous or whatever, still like overall food is like a exciting thing for me. Like I don't think a lot of people that don't even have like issues with food feel this way, but like I think with me and like Trisha and like a lot of other people, like your next meal is like, you get excited about your next meal, or you get excited thinking about what you're gonna eat tomorrow. Like you kind of think about food all the time, and even if you're not eating that much, like food is always on your mind. It's kind of like, I don't want to compare it to like drug addiction, because I feel like they're two very different things, but I think food, it can be an addiction. And I think like, I don't know, when you're a drug addict, like you're thinking about the next time you're gonna get high or you're gonna go use. And then when you have a food addiction, you're really like constantly thinking about, okay, like what am I gonna eat next week? Like I cannot wait to eat this meal. Like just food's always on your mind. And I'm sorry if that's a really bad example, that's just what I can think of at the moment. Like it's just something that kind of controls you. And I feel like there's a lot of things I've gotten better at as I got older, but it's really not changing much because I'm still gaining weight. But I feel like a lot of times what I used to do, it was actually really bad when I was a teenager. It was so much worse than it is now. I would eat so fast. Like I eat so much slower now, which is a good thing. But I used to eat so fast that I would get a lump in my throat from like not being able to swallow enough. Like, I would be eating so fast that I felt like I was going to puke because there was too much food in my throat. And now you know that's gross, but that's really how it used to be. And I would have to just sit there and just wait for it to go down, and I would feel like crap, and I just felt so sick. And I used to do that all the time. And that was actually when I wasn't very small, or I wasn't very big at all. I mean, I was overweight, but it was not this size. So that was something I used to do, and it used to be like torturous. Like, it used to really hurt to have to like try to swallow so much food without chewing it all the way, and just like trying to rush through a meal. Like, that was horrible. Now I definitely don't do that. I mean, I still probably eat faster than most people, but I definitely try to take my time more. I haven't, probably in like the last 4 years, have I had that experience, probably only like 2 or 3 times ever in the past 4 years, where I get like that lump in my throat from eating too fast, which I think is a good thing because I used to get it like every single day. It was really bad. And so I've gotten a lot better with eating slower, and my proportions, I feel like sometimes I still eat large portions, but I do try to like get better at my portion size, because most of the time I'm not that hungry, honestly. Like, even before I was like having some like nausea and stuff, I wouldn't eat huge meals like I used to. Like, if Nick would buy like Chipotle, I would try to save half for later or something like that, which before I would feel like I had to eat the whole meal when it was right in front of me, because I just felt like I had to. I don't know. Not like anyone told me to. It's just like, if it's right there in front of me, I just feel like I have to eat it, kind of thing. And so, I don't know. That's just kind of like some of the things I deal with as far as food. But also, like, I've gotten less picky the older I've got. So I used to not like as many fruits and vegetables. Now I used to hate salads. I could literally eat salads every single day. Like, I love salads. I don't even care about dressing that much. Like, I'm not a huge like ranch lover or anything. Like, I can kind of eat like a semi-dry salad. Like, I like a lot of things. So I'm trying to tell myself like that my biggest issue is like chips and stuff, and maybe it's carbs together, but like I barely ever eat bread. I don't eat pasta. I really don't eat that much rice. So I don't know, like, part of me like knows that there's a problem, but the other part of me is like, it's hard to like figure out what exactly is the problem, what exactly do I need to change. And then again, another part of me feels like it's so simple, like, Elizabeth, just eat healthy and work out. Like, that's all it really takes. But I feel like I'm one of those people that, since I've struggled with it so long, I need to change my entire lifestyle and like learn how to eat healthy, but I need some kind of structure to get me going, because I feel like I don't know how to do it on my own, because I've always had people interfere and like help me or guide me through like weight loss or whatever. And I feel like I need to learn how to do it by myself, but I'm scared. Like, I'm scared to do it by myself because I feel like I'm just going to keep gaining weight. And I don't want to get to like 400 pounds and be like, shit, and have to go get a surgery or like have to really work 10 times harder. Like, I don't want to have to get that far to change. And, you know, I told myself when I was younger, when I was probably like 220 or so, maybe even smaller than that, I was like, I would never let myself get to like 300 pounds, but here we are, well over 300 pounds, and it's just like, how do you get to this place? Like, how does this even happen? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I look at all my old pictures when I was like really small, and like, how does this just evolve into such, it just, I don't know. It's crazy. And I feel like, I told my cousin this the other day, I told her, I said, I think this is going to just be something like, everyone has a battle in their life, like a lifelong battle. And I just feel like my weight, it's not even as much about food anymore. Like, I feel like my relationship with food is so much better. Like, my relationship with food has improved immensely, and like, that's not the problem. I don't know. I guess it's just something like, my weight is just going to be a lifelong battle, and I'm going to have to be very strict and very hard on myself to be healthy and be at the place I want to be. And I just feel like people don't understand how hard it is for me. And that I feel like another thing, like with being like fat or whatever, I mean, that's just what it is. It's being fat. I feel like with being fat, people don't they discredit you as like a human. I don't know, does anyone else feel that way? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like me being fat, it discredits like anything I'm thinking, even if it has nothing to do with weight loss. Like, people treat fat people like they're stupid. That's how I see it. Like, maybe not all the time, but they definitely treat you different. And I guess that's with anything that's very noticeable, whether it's a disability or just the way you look. Like, people do treat you different. But it just makes me really sad that I'm very confident, and like, I'm gonna probably sound like back and forth with certain things I say in this whole video, because I kind of contradict myself at certain times, but like, part of me is extremely confident. Like, I am more confident in certain ways now than I was at my lowest, but also I am the least confident in other areas, because I feel like, not even because the way I feel like I look, but because of the way people treat me, it makes me feel less confident in my ability just to live, if that makes sense. It probably sounds really stupid, but I just feel that people discredit my thoughts, my emotions, because I'm fat. And you know, something else that really gets on my nerves is like, it's one of those things where, as much as people can help me, like I said, I kind of need structure, and I've always had help, and I've always had people try to help me since I was a little kid. So again, like I said, this is going to be something I just feel like is going to be a lifelong battle. I think it's just something that I'm going to always have to think about, and I just don't want to have to think about it. Like Trisha Paytas, she was saying that, you know, she doesn't want to make food such a big deal. Like, she doesn't, but you're always going to have to control the fact that you don't want to make it a big deal, if that's making any sense. So, just like, I'm sorry, this is like a really bad example. It's just the easiest thing I could think of. Say you are someone who is on drugs, you know, you might get to the point where drugs aren't always on your mind 24/7, but you've had to work so hard to the point where it's not on your mind. Like, you have to keep it on your mind to keep it off your mind, which I know sounds really weird and really crazy, but that's the easiest way to explain it. That I feel like I'm always going to have to work on making food not such a big deal, but because I'm having to work on it, then it becomes a bigger deal. Like, I just wish it didn't have to be this hard. I wish I could just eat good and not have to think about it, and everything just be okay. But I just don't think it's ever going to be that way, which I know is really shitty thinking. I really shouldn't think like that. It's just discouraging to feel like this is something I'm never going to be able to control. But I know that I will be able to if I just work hard enough. But I don't know. It's just, it's so hard. And it's not as simple as just eating healthy and that be it, or going on a run. Like, it's not that simple. It's like a mental thing. And like I said, I feel like my relationship with food has really improved, as far as like, I like healthy things, my portions are better, I don't like force myself to eat when I'm full. Like, those things have improved, yet at the same time, food is still all I can think about. Even if I ate salads every single day, I just feel like I'm someone that doesn't help. And I've tried to do keto, and keto, like, when I'm like doing full keto, all the fat was making me sick. Like, I don't know. I lost 12 pounds last year doing keto for like 2 weeks. But the fat, I was eating like eggs and bacon and stuff every single morning. And like, I know maybe that's not the best way to do keto, but like, I was doing it the way I saw everyone else doing it. And I was eating like ground beef for dinner, like in a salad with no chips, no any of that. And the fat was just making me like sick feeling, and maybe I was indulging too much. I don't know. I was just doing it the way and then I lost 12 pounds and I was so excited, but I couldn't stand the way I felt. And then I wanted to go vegan, and like, there's so many things like I want to do, and I just feel like I have to be one of those people that finds a healthy balance in everything. There's so many different diets that help so many people. There's a Mediterranean, there's keto, there's, you know, plant-based. I don't want to say vegan. Vegan's a lifestyle, but there's so many different ways that people find a healthy life, and then they find, you know, themselves being at their optimal weight and their optimal health and all these things. And I feel like I'm just someone who's got to find a healthy balance between all of them. And I can't limit myself to, I can't limit myself from ever having like chips again. I just can't. But I can cut it back, but I don't want to go fully low carb and like never eat chips or cheese dip or, you know, guacamole or whatever the case is. Like, I don't know. But I'm just scared that when I try to do a healthy balance between everything and I exercise, I'm just scared I'm not going to lose weight. And that's what really fucks someone's head up, I think, that when you're someone like me who's had like problems with this forever, that you're scared that no matter what you do, you're always going to just keep gaining or you're going to keep staying the same. And it makes you scared to try new things and like try something different and, you know, and you feel like you're not doing it right. But maybe it's like I said, I need guidance. But I don't know. I probably sound really wishy-washy in this video. I'm treating YouTube as kind of like a diary. Even though I know I don't do vlogs and stuff, I feel like this is just somewhere where I can get off all of the things that I'm feeling and really just put it out there. And, you know, it's cheaper than therapy. Probably need it, but, you know, this is just a way for me to get all of my feelings and emotions out there. And if people watch it, maybe they can understand me more without me having to explain it to 10 people at the same time. Maybe, hopefully, if anyone's watching, if you guys do know what I'm trying to say and like what I'm talking about, could you please leave it in the comments below, because I feel like I sounded crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with the rest of my life, and hopefully I can make it the best and try to really learn how to like how to keep my mind off food and how to think about other things. Well, let me say this one last thing. You know, they say there's so many drastic differences. I will say this. Sorry, another tangent. Hopefully this won't take too long. About like having all these different diets and stuff, right? This is the crazy thing that confuses me also and makes it, like I said, I just maybe need to find a healthy balance in the middle, is that there's so many very, I don't want to say drastic measures, but like very drastic differences. So we'll say keto, for instance. Here's someone eating all high fat, very low carb, all these animal products, losing weight like crazy, like they're feeling the best, all their numbers are looking great, whatever. Here's someone going vegan. We'll try to say plant-based because vegan, you can eat Oreos, okay? So like, let's say someone's going plant-based. They're eating like no animal products. They're eating high carb for the most part, very low fat because there's very low fat in vegetables and fruits and things like that. And then they're losing weight, they're feeling the greatest. So there's two huge spectrums, then there's a few in the middle, and then they just, you know, I guess the middle is just a little bit of everything. But so for me, you know, some people are saying, oh, keto is the best, vegan, plant-based is the best, this is the best, Atkins, this is this. So if all of them are the best, how am I supposed to know which one's going to be the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, there's so many things that contradict one another. It's really hard to find that healthy balance. That's the problem. People say fruit, you know, eating too much fruit will make you gain weight. And then people are telling you like fruit and vegetables is the best way to go. Like, I don't want to have to limit myself. Like, sometimes I'm scared to eat fruit. Like, I love fruit. I'll make fruit salads and stuff. And then, I feel like people are telling you, like, you can't eat fruit. It's, like, too much sugar. Then what am I supposed to eat? You know what I'm saying? It's just so, that's what really, it's just hard. Oh, it's just so hard. I'm sorry if this was, like, cringy to watch and, like, listen to, and I probably sounded stupid the whole time. I had to get this off. Oh, I just wish someone could just help me find that perfect balance. Because it's really hard to find it on your own. But I guess that's what I have to do. If it's going to be a lifelong struggle, not everyone's going to be there for me my whole life. I got to learn how to do it myself. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Please leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, Don't try to sell me anything. I've heard it all. I've tried it all. Trust me. But I'm gonna hop off, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and enjoy watching more videos of me just venting about my entire life and all the things that are wrong with it. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off.